What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing another double ghost line. Double ghost has been very strong for years, whether it was Sableye, Alolan Marowak, Sableye and Skeledirge, Alolan Marowak and Skeledirge, and now we have Annihilape. And with the meta that we see with Pokemon like Whiscash and Skarmory being a strong core, Bastiodon and Shadow Victreebel being a strong core, Trevenant really has an opportunity to potentially shine in that meta. So I'm going to bring that as the anchor. We got Annihilape as the safe swap, which actually does really well as a safe swap in a lot of situations. We also have Dewgong there on the lead. Let me know what you guys think about this team. Really excited that all leagues are back. It is the end of the season, so I wish you guys the best as you try to climb and achieve your goals that you had for yourself this season. But let's go and get right into it. All right, getting into the first battle, we have Dewgong on the lead versus Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, obviously a pretty good Pokemon overall with Charm against our team, but thankfully because of the Icy Wind debuff, it's not going to do, I mean, it'll get our Dewgong low, right, and maybe even KO, but it's not going to be able to take out our Dewgong and take out our backline, which is why we have Dewgong on the lead for those debuffs. Icy Wind is incredibly strong in this meta. Dewgong, one of the best Pokemon, I think, like a tanky Pokemon, if you want to add it to your roster, that you can get in the Open Great League right now. Now, Disarming Voice there, not enough to KO, so we're going to go ahead and go for Icy Wind right away. We're trying to apply those debuffs as quickly as possible. They do decide to shield, and now it's going to be a race to see if we can get to the next Icy Wind, but we're unfortunately not going to make it there in time. So now we're going to come in with Annihilape. Since we got them double debuffed, we're going to look to no shield here. It is an Icy Wind, so that's perfect. We're going to go ahead and counter down. Don't take that much damage. And then we will see that they decide to bring in... They decide to bring in a Lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and build up some energy. Swap into Trevenant now. And my opponent is going to go ahead and surrender. They were obviously core broken by Trevenant right there at the end. So good game. All right, moving to the next one. Shadow Ferrothorn on the lead. Obviously a really tough lead. We're going to go ahead and swap in Annihilape, and in comes a Skeledirge. And this is the tough matchup, honestly. Now, there are potential win opportunities, and it is a flip of the coin. They decided to no shield, which I could have easily thrown Shadow Ball there, and this game would have been over. So now I'm going to have to shield the Disarming Voice. We're going to look to overload a bit on energy and then go for Night Slash here in order to... it still does super effective damage, right? But ultimately, I'm not trying to get Switch. It would be great if I could, but I'm just going to get Fast Move down with Incinerate too quickly. So instead, I'm going to have to sacrifice the health here on Dewgong and hope that the Trevenant can sweep. Now, we don't know what they have in the back, but if I was to take an educated guess, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Annihilape in the back. With this team combination so far, that could easily be a threat there. So we're going to go ahead and just go for Drill Run right away. I want to get this Skeledirge out of there, and we're going to see if we can win this game with Trevenant. So we're going to go ahead and swap it in right away as the Ferrothorn will come in, and it's Shadow Charizard in the back. So some of them you win, some of them you lose, and like I said at the beginning, had I gone straight Shadow Ball, we could have potentially won this game. Now, Charizard obviously would have been very tough to deal with, so it would have been anyone's guess. I'm going to go ahead and try to go for the sneaky Shadow Ball here, thinking they might want to try to shield, or no shield the potential Seed Bomb, but they're going to go ahead and shield here. So it's not over, but we're going to go ahead and go into Annihilape, and they bring in Sableye. All right, so this is probably one of the, I mean, much like the Skeledirge on the safe swap, this is going to be last game. I'm going to go straight Shadow Ball here. And the reason being, I need to get myself shield advantage, and I need to get it early. So I do get a shield right there, which is great. They're going to go ahead and farm me down. We are once again going to try our best to trust in Trevenant. Sometimes you're going to get hard-walled like we did with the Charizard back there. There really wasn't a lot we can do. I mean, maybe we had we Seed Bomb, Shield Baited, and then gone Shadow Ball, we would have still only had like a few health points remaining, and the Ferrothorn would have fast moved us down anyways. But in this situation, we have 2-to-1 shields, which is really good because last time I had to shield against a Skeledirge in order to get myself into the 1-to-1 shield. So what we're going to do here is farm down with Dewgong, and then we're going to look to go for Drill Run now for super effective damage. This added chip damage, we're going to look to start loading up on energy, and they bring in the Giratina Origin. I don't have it yet. I have mine from the research, but I have not. I'm saving my trade with Status Stan for EUIC, but we're going to go ahead and look to go for the Seed Bomb Shield Bait. We're facing down Giratina Origin. This thing is an absolute monster, but we are able to send it right back. Boom! See ya! Go back to Master League, Giratina, as we now Trevenant is going to show who is the true ghost here in the Great League, taking down the Giratina Origin, and now we're going to be taking down the Registeel as well. Lock on is heavily resistant. We're able to get to the Shadow Ball in time. This is going to be a good game. Trevenant still has what it takes. Boom! See ya! Alright. Trevenant, give it a try, guys. It's pretty strong in this meta. Here we go. Dewgong into Pelipper. Okay, so Pelipper can do very well against our backline, specifically with the fast move wing attack, and then the Weather Ball spam there against Annihilape, or just obviously landing a Hurricane. So we obviously want to stay in, but they swap in a Dubwool here. Away, or I could look to double debuff the Dubwool and just tank a charge move, as I think this might just be Body Slam. It could be Wild Charge, and I could be SOL. But it is just Body Slam, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and double debuff the Dubwool here with Icy Wind. And now we're going to come in with Annihilape to counter down before they can get to a charge move, so that we are faced off against the Pelipper now, which is going to be coming in. Pelipper has a decent amount of energy as well. So we're going to go ahead and probably look to shield once, trying to shield the Hurricane. It may not be, right? They could easily bait us with Weather Ball. That's the whole play behind Pelipper. So we're just going to go ahead and try to do that. We're doing a good amount of damage already with Counter and Night Slash, even though it's resisted and neutral. And unfortunately, that was the Weather Ball. So we're going to have to let the next one go through. We do get ourselves another Night Slash here, though, and this is critical, because this is going to be forcing a shield from them, which is perfect. Got myself into the ones, maintain positive switch advantage, and now they have to throw Hurricane in order to KO me. And if they don't, and it's another Weather Ball, the call right there is going to be perfect as Night Slash gets shield number 2. Dewgong is going to come in. They're going to swap in a Carbink, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Trevenant, and that is going to be a good game. Reason being, Trevenant here does super effective damage with the Seed Bomb. That Pelipper only has enough energy for 1 Hurricane. It cannot get to 2. So what we're going to see is I'm going to be shielding right here, this Rock Slide. I could easily no-shield it, but ultimately I think the best call is to be shielding the Rock Slide, because now I can easily just go for Seed Bomb. And because Pelipper, remember, Pelipper's 1, maybe 2 fast moves away from going down. So in order to take out Trevenant, it has to throw Hurricane. If it doesn't, it go down to Shadow Claw. And if it throws Hurricane, that means it doesn't have the energy for Dewgong. So you guys are going to see the Hurricane come through. Boom, we go down. Dewgong comes in. 1, 2, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one. Dewgong versus Toxicroak. Tough one, right? We're going to go ahead and swap in the Annihilape right away. Get ahead on energy, and they bring in Licky Licky. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Night Slash. Licky Licky, I'm like, oh man, its moveset. It's got Shadow Ball. I know it does have access to Shadow Ball and Earthquake, and I'm just like, oh, was that enough energy? I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go ahead and shield, and it was just a Body Slam. So that's okay. We're going to look to commit to the farm down now, because I know that if they get to another Body Slam here, we should be able to survive. We'll be pretty low on health too, which is going to allow Toxicroak to not get as much energy, so we maintain positive. We got switch advantage, and now we're going to get even shields here, which is perfect because Shadow Ball is going to one-shot the Toxicroak, or near one-shot, if they decide to no-shield it. But obviously, they know I have a lot of energy. They're probably going to be giving up a shield, and that's okay. I want to take that guaranteed shield right there, or the guaranteed damage, and now we can bring in the Trevenant for this matchup. We do need to watch out for the potential Shadow Ball. Toxicroak did get access to that charge move, so we're going to go ahead and respect it and look to shield here, but Toxicroak is deciding to throw the Mud Bomb, which is a good shield bait on them, and they swap in a Bibarel. I went for the Seed Bomb, thinking it was going to be getting a shield from Toxicroak, but they swap in a spicy Bibarel. I decided to swap out. Looking back at that, I think I could have gotten away with just fast moving down, because Bibarel only has access to Surf, Hyper Fang, and Hyper Beam. But I can easily Ice Shard down right here, and this now puts them in a check, 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 triple check good game situation, because I have 2 drill runs ready to go, as the Surf is not going to be enough to take us out. And then we can go ahead and go for the double drill run. So that is going to be a good game, very well played. They can either shield the first one or just let it go, and they're going to decide to let it go. So good battle. All right. Moving into the next one. We have Dewgong on the lead versus Dragonair. Really nice matchup. Not as deadly as you might think, but still good for us. They swap in Medicham, and I'm like, whoa, this guy came out of retirement. So I'm going to go ahead and use my old grandpa myself, and that is going to be the Trevenant. You guys remember this meta like a year ago? This is what Go Battle League meta used to look like. This exact matchup right here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the guaranteed Shadow Ball. I want to try to one-shot Medicham, obviously, but they decide to shield. They do have Ice Punch, so they're going to try to look to invest some more resources to try to get switch advantage, potentially, against my team, which is fine, because I can easily shield the next Ice Punch. Counter isn't doing that much damage. Shadow Claw is really outpacing in terms of damage and energy gain here, so we're going to go ahead and go for Seed Bomb now. This is obviously going to KO because the Medicham's low enough, and then we will see the Dragonair come in, so I'm going to try to go for Seed Bomb, but I go down. Dewgong comes in, they swap in Bastiodon, checkmate, right? Unfortunately, you know, like before where I had the Charizard, Skeledirge, for Ferrothorn, we just checkmated someone else. Good game. Alright, Annihilape lead. This is where things get dangerous. I do not like this mirror. It is an absolute nightmare to try to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Night Slash, and we're winning charge attack priority. That is huge. So Night Slash here. Will my opponent decide to shield? They don't. But I get the boost. Here we go. I'm giving up a shield already. And what you guys are going to see is something that's so annoying in Go Battle League. I'm going to go ahead and go for Night Slash right away. I get these freezes. It's like a 3-second freeze. My game's sped up, but you guys will see. It's right there. We're back. All right, he's doing a charge move. That is not good. It's going to be Night Slash, which is fine. And now we're going to see that I actually missed out on a full counter. Maybe it wasn't 3 seconds, maybe a second, 2-second lag, but the fact that my game froze, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to go ahead and no shield, because I know my Night Slash here can get the final shield or KO. And it will KO, so we do get switch advantage and a double boost. A double boost, everyone! Lantern comes in, so we have the Trevenant for the Lantern, which is perfect. And now things are looking very, very good. We're just going to overload on energy. We can easily survive a Thunderbolt. We can easily survive a Surf. What I don't want to do is throw a resisted move into a Swap-In. And they do decide to swap in the Ferrothorn here. So we have to use our Trevenant as best as we can now to do as much damage here against the Ferrothorn. And also keep it alive so that we can still win this game. So we're going to go ahead and look to commit to farm down. I have to give up a shield, but I don't think I'm going to be able to farm down in time. This is going to be a Power Whip. So now we got to see the fast move. So it's going to be 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it. I let a fast move go through right there. That is an error on my end, but that's okay. Seed Bomb here is going to be getting a shield. And then we're going to be able to throw another fast move and get the Seed Bomb off, KO the Ferrothorn. Lantern coming back in. It has to throw a Thunderbolt in order to take us out, which means in the matchup, Dewgong would be able to get to 2 drill runs or just 1 drill run in time. So this is a checkmate situation, right? Do you want to go down to Seed Bomb or do you want to go down to drill run? Good game. Boom. Alright, how about that double boost on Annihilape? Alright, we got Dewgong here versus Poliwrath. Really tough lead. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and come in with the Annihilape, get ahead on energy, and they bring in a Shadow Gligar. So I'm going to go ahead and build up to Shadow Ball. What I've noticed, I'm not sure if it's because trainers maybe saw my name. Sometimes, you know, you don't see the name of your opponent. You might be looking at something else. But now I have to build up to Shadow Ball, because if I don't and I just throw at 6 for the Ice Punch, I've been no-shielded every single time in previous battles, and I think that's because of how much I love Night Slash. So now I have to threaten with Shadow Ball. what we're going to do is we went for the back-to-back Night Slash right there so that we can get that added chip damage in before they take us out. I think that's really, really important to get that damage in. So now we're going to come in with Dewgong, obviously. Look to fast move down. They had Poliwrath on the lead, so Trevenant can do very well against that. We just got to watch out for Icy Wind, so we're going to go ahead and swap out right away, and it's a Dewgong in the back. Oh, this is a bit tough. Dewgong coming in, we're going to go ahead and throw Seed Bomb here. They're obviously going to shield, right? If you're a Dewgong user, the hardest hitting move is always that first one if it is super effective because you're going to be applying Icy Wind debuffs to your opponent. So, we're going to see if Trevenant has what it takes. I'm going to go ahead and shield the Icy Wind. I'm going to see if I can get to 2 more Seed Bombs in time, and I think my opponent might get a little greedy here, trying to commit to the farm down, because what you guys will see is Seed Bomb is going to be able to connect. It's going to get them relatively low, and now they're going straight Ice Shards to KO, but unfortunately for them, I get to the Seed Bomb in time. Now, this is still tough. The Poliwrath is still healthy in the back, but my hope is that I can go for double Drill Run to close this game out. So we're going to go ahead and go for 1 Drill Run here. Maybe I should have gone Icy Wind Drill Run. We go for the Drill Run. Regardless, it does a lot of neutral damage. Icy Wind I don't think would be enough. So now it's going to be a race to the next charge move, as Scald here is going to be resisted. Still gets us low. And as you guys will see, 1 fast move away, which is why I was debating should I gone for Icy Wind first. Good game. All right, moving into the final battle, Charge Bug on the lead. Annihilape's got to come in right away, and we do see a Lantern come in, so this is really interesting. This is a good opportunity and a great showcase of what Annihilape can do in some neutral matchups. Lantern obviously being a powerful meta Pokemon. Night Slash gets a shield. No boost right there, but now we have free reign to go for Shadow Balls and look to potentially take Switch if I want to. But actually, what you guys are going to see is because I got that first shield, I'm going to go for shield advantage and soft lose this. Why? If the Lantern throws Surf, which it does, they have to throw another one. They have to throw the back-to-back, which means they are out of energy. They cannot get to a Thunderbolt against my Dewgong, and now I've gotten myself a fantastic advantage. Dewgong's hardest counter is going to be the Lantern. Charge Bug is still a good counter, but Dewgong can do well in that matchup, as we will farm down. And look at how much energy I have, 2-to-1 shields. This is huge. We're going to go ahead and go for Icy Wind now against the Charge Bug, and then we're going to look to transition into Trevenant. And because of this transition here, it's going to put them in a tough position. Do you stay in doing lower damage, or do you swap out at a potential disadvantage matchup? So they're looking to stay in. I'm going to go ahead and no shield. It is going to be the X-Scissor, but because of Icy Wind, it doesn't do as much. I have to shield this next one, though. We're going to go ahead and stop that damage. Trevenant, lots of energy. Dewgong, healthy in the back. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to go ahead and let them load up. We're going to go for the Seed Bomb now. I'm hoping this is enough to KO, and if they decide to shield, which they do, they are extremely weak to Trevenant, most likely. I don't think there's a lot in this game that can survive this Trevenant and a Dewgong. So we're going to go ahead and shield. We're going to fast move down. We get to find out what the final Pokemon is. It's Poliwrath. Makes a lot of sense. Poliwrath was probably their safe swap with Icy Wind. And this is a beautiful closeout for us as we can go for double Seed Bomb to win this game. So once again, Trevenant put in work today. We did find some hard walls, right? That Shadow Charizard was really tough to overcome. But overall, I had some really nice sets with this team. Trevenant and Annihilape, really nice combination, a different approach to a double ghost. You guys could use lots of different ghosts. You want to throw in the Sableye there, maybe you want to throw in the Skeledirge. I just wanted to bring Trevenant back into the meta, or give it a try against the meta while utilizing Annihilape as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.